Thank you. Hey, it's official. The University of Kentucky has named Mark Pope as its new head basketball coach. UK is finalizing a deal with the former Wildcat, who was part of the national championship winning team under Rick Pitino. He's been at BYU since 2019, but before that, he was the head coach at Utah Valley. Since being with the Cougars, Pope took 2 teams to the NCAA tournament, but he's yet to win an NCAA tournament game. Pope replaces John Calipari, of course, who announced earlier this week that he was leaving for Arkansas. He's a 1996 graduate of UK with a degree in English. He's married with 4 daughters. Sports director Ken Spencer is following the developments on this. He'll have more tonight at 4 and 5. The Clark Memorial Bridge is expected to fully reopen later today, according to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. But first, both directions of the bridge will be closed once again from 2:30 until 5 this afternoon. That's so crews can restripe the bridge to its original 4 lanes. Now, that bridge has been partially shut down since early March when a crash sent a semi-truck dangling over the Ohio River for hours. Since then, the northbound lanes into Indiana have been shut down, forcing drivers to take alternative routes like the toll bridges. Robert Merce, who's from Clarksville, says the temporary closure has put a dent in his wallet, but he is glad that the work is being done to make sure the bridge is safe.
It's just, it's bogging traffic up and it's trying to reroute people across the toll bridge, I feel like. Kind of glad that they are actually, out doing, fixing it and making it safe if there is structural damage.
KYTC says the bridge could fully reopen as early as 5 p.m., barring no weather delays or unexpected issues. And this morning, the team responsible for rescuing the semi-driver from the 2nd Street Bridge was honored by Governor Beshear. The governor was at Louisville Fire Headquarters to honor the fire department for the bravery it showed that day. The department has received national recognition ever since that daring rescue, along with a presentation from the governor this morning. Right now, Metro Police are looking into a shooting in Beachmont, the Beachmont neighborhood that left a man and woman injured. Officers responded to reports of shots fired in the 500 block of West Kingston Avenue around 10 o'clock last night. That's just off of Southern Parkway and a few blocks from Iroquois Park. While officers were on their way there, police say 2 people arrived at St. Mary and Elizabeth Hospital by private means with gunshot wounds. Investigators connected the man and woman to the shooting, which they say happened inside a home. Both were then taken to University Hospital and are expected to survive. Metro Police believe all parties have been accounted for. We're learning more about the proposed new contract for LMPD officers. The deal includes immediate raises across the board for new and returning officers, with more increases later this year. It's raising questions for some, though, as the department continues to negotiate a consent decree with the Department of Justice to manage reforms. WHAS11's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie explain.
I think that making sure that we've got officers that are well compensated, that are well taken care of, but that also are held accountable when they do things incorrectly, I think is really important, and I think that's really the direction that we're moving.
The 120-plus pages between both collective bargaining agreements tackle a slew of issues, from working conditions to job benefits and police salaries.
Really, one of the main things is bumping up our levels of pay.
If both proposals pass Metro Council, all LMPD officers and sergeants will see an immediate 7% boost in pay. Another round of raises would go into effect in July, bringing starting officer pay to just over $60,000 a year. As of April 2nd, LMPD says the force is short 280 officers. Winkler says Louisville is competing for officers with departments in cities like Lexington and Covington, as well as right here in the county.
Going to St. Matthews, Savley, other areas, other police departments.
Bishop Dennis Lyons has long had his finger on the pulse of the community.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gospel in My Soul Radio.
He spoke about the FOP contracts during his radio show on 104.7 WLOU.
In the midst of the DOJ report, in the midst of all of the things that the police department has done in the community against our civil rights, we may also see it as, we're going to pay you for what you've done.
Back at City Hall, Winkler says prioritizing pay, especially for experienced officers, helps prioritize public safety.
When you have your more experienced officers leaving, you have a less experienced force, and that certainly creates an opportunity for risk.
Connor Steffen, WHAS11, on your side.
Now, the Metro Council will have a special meeting on Monday to hear from you before voting on the contract. It starts at 5 p.m. It's at City Hall. In order to speak, you do have to register online before 4 p.m. today. We've got a link for you to do that in this story at WHAS11.com.